What's good, everybody? Rhetorical question, life. My name is Heavy Bree, and welcome to my channel. And today we are having our second BREVIEW video here on the channel. Yeah, how's everybody doing today? Rhetorical question, you're doing amazing today. If it's the weekend, well, which is the day that I'm shooting this on. Today I'm shooting this on like it's Saturday. It's beautiful. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, at a truck stop doing one of my BRE sets, which is code word for my 34-hour reset. I'm a truck driver. If y'all don't know, I'm a truck driver sitting in a truck. You know, we got the lights right here. We got the horn right here. You can't really see it, but there it is. And like in the background, there's the curtains like hiding my bunk because it's a mess right now. I still gotta fold my clothes, and I just got done doing laundry. But y'all didn't click on the video to hear all that. Y'all didn't click on the video to hear all that. Y'all clicked on to watch the second BREVIEW. Yeah, that's right. Y'all getting two in one day. If you guys didn't know, I've already recorded and posted the first ever BREVIEW video on my channel, which was for Attack of the Killer Alien Librarians, aka A Quiet Place Day 1. If you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch it. Like it's like amazing. It's amazing. It's awesome. I've heard rave reviews about it already. Check it out. But today's BREVIEW will be about a movie, a new Disney movie that just came out. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's a sequel to another Disney movie, Disney Pixar movie that came out a few years ago, and it's amazing. It's probably one of the best movies you'll see. You probably already heard many things about it. It's right now it's killing it at the box office. It's already grossed $800 million. By the end of the weekend, it'll probably be at $1 billion. It's one of the biggest movies of the year, and also the highest grossing movie of the year. It's a Pixar movie. It's the sequel to the most anticipated movie of the year. It's the adventures of BLOOFEY and POUCHEY 2. No, I'm kidding. It's Inside Out 2. It's Inside Out 2, which is also awesome too. Inside Out 2, like BLOOFEY and POUCHEY. We'll get into that later. But for right now, today we're reviewing Inside Out 2, directed by Kelsey Mann and starring and reprising the roles of Amy Poehler as Joy, Phyllis Smith as Sadness, Lisa Laperia as Disgust. Sorry, I got that wrong. Lewis Black playing Anger, and Tony Hale playing Fear. But this time, the emotions have new emotions who are joining the other emotions in this movie this time around. These new emotions are anxiety, played by Maya Hawke, envy, played by Ayo Edebiri. Sorry about that, Edebiri. Ennui, which is like I think it's French for boredom, played by Adele Sarchopoulos. Sorry about that. I'm bad with the names. I'm ashamed because like my name is one of those names that's hard to pronounce for some people, even though it's like, you know, like I tell people how to say it. They don't even read it. I tell them, hey, I tell you how to say it, and then they still mess it up, you know. And like, you know, after a while, you're just like, you know what, sure, whatever. Call me whatever. Oh yeah, and then the fourth new emotion is embarrassment, played by Paul Walter Hauser. See, how could I get that one right? But then I messed the other ones up. But then again, it's whatever. But all these new emotions, along with our previous emotions, are all part of are all in the head of this young teenage girl named Riley, played by Kensington Tallman. And this time around, Riley's going through, like, if you saw the last movie, like, Riley's a young girl who's like dealing with her emotions, you know, after a move and everything. And in this new movie, Riley is hitting puberty. That's right, young girl hitting puberty, new emotions, stuff hits the fan, it's all over the place. And, you know, it's just like, the movie does a great job at displaying the emotions that young girls deal with that young girls deal when they're going through puberty. Like there's some like subtle details that like you usually see like that I've seen with other women and with girls around my age when I was younger. And then like the movie like shows these little details and these little things that go on, that go through the motions that these girls go through, and like some of the stuff that's going on in their head. And that's what the whole Inside Out is all about. It's about how some people deal with their emotions, and also how they deal with new emotions, and she's going through puberty and everything. And it's just really just like the way it's done is done in a perfect way, man, because there's a lot of funny moments in the movie, and there's also a lot of dramatic moments in the movie. I'm not gonna lie, man, this movie kind of had me for a moment. This movie kind of had me in my feels, man. Like I don't choke up at kids movies like I used to, but like I mean, this movie almost had me like, there's one part in the movie where it's like, Riley's going through some stuff, and one of her emotions, and then like it's just like I almost had one. It almost came out, but I had to suck it up because like I'm in a movie. First off, I'm a grown man at a kids movie. Okay, so like I'm already like like out of my element already. Like grown man, no kids. You're at a movie. It's already looking kind of sus. So I can't be sitting here just watching this movie and then like be that grown man who just crying and everything. Little kids be pointing at me, asking Mommy, why is that man crying? Like, shh, just don't look at him, sweetie. Just don't look at him. I don't want to be that guy. I'm not gonna be that guy getting teased by 5-year-olds. But yeah, like this was a good movie, man. This is like DreamWorks hasn't had a bad movie. DreamWorks and Pixar, when DreamWorks and Pixar come together, I mean, some of like Disney's other animated movies were like, man, but like when Disney and when Pixar is in the mix, they know how to make, like, they don't make bad movies, man. I've rarely ever seen a bad Pixar movie, and like probably the most like the most whatever movie I saw by Pixar was probably like Bolt, with Travolta and Miley Cyrus, and even that was okay. Even that one was good, because like Pixar, they don't miss, man. They don't miss with their movies. The writing, the animation, bro, the details of the people in the movie, like the humans. I mean, the emotions are all cartoony, so you're gonna get that. But with the design of the people, look, they look cartoony. They're of course they're cartoon. They're animated and everything. But the details, the texture, the emotions, the facial expressions, and just the details of the water and other little stuff that goes on in the background, and the people, it's just like, it's more like detailed and a lot more. It looks so real. It looks real, man. Like it actually looks realistic. They've come a long way since Toy Story, bro. It's like, it went from like block figures that kind of look real to like, whoa, is that a real person? Did they just create and build actual human beings? Did they use robots for this? Like the texture of their skin, the way the little subtle details in the scene, even with the background characters. Like the main characters are doing their thing, but the background characters, they all look like they're actually like real extras in a movie. And it's like scary. It looks scary, realistic, man. Especially with AI coming out nowadays, and like the deep fakes are getting better. But we'll get into that in a later video. Today we're gonna talk about this movie right here, Inside Out 2. So, as I already mentioned, the main character, the girl who's going through these emotions, Riley, she has her 5 emotions: joy, sadness, disgust, anger, and fear. And those 5 emotions are like, joined by these new emotions after Riley hits puberty. And these new emotions show up. There's anxiety, there's envy, there's embarrassment, and then there's ennui, which I believe that's just boredom in French. I don't know, boredom or just whatever in French, nonchalant in French. I don't know. Like I'm taking Duolingo right now. Right now I'm learning Spanish, but like I haven't gotten to French yet. I'm still working on Spanish. So with that being said, these new emotions show up, and you know how it is when you're a teenager, right? People, like, when these new emotions show up after you hit puberty, you're anxious about how people perceive you, and about of what may or may not happen, and you're just worried all the time about about your image and about the future and all that. Then you're like, you see other people having these things, you see other people having things, and you want those things too, so you get kind of envious. And then you also get like bored. You're not as enthused by everything as you used to be, so you get kind of bored. You're like, whatever, when we boredom. And then you also feel embarrassment a lot more. You know, especially when like things that you used to like, things that you used to like, you know, that you didn't used to care about, like, you know, now you care too much. And these new emotions do a great, just like in the first movie with the first 5 emotions, these new emotions do a great job at displaying how, you know, how Riley is feeling, you know, like, and also portraying how, you know, when you're young, when you're a teenager, you're a kid, and you're going through all these new emotions and everything, and this movie does a great job at doing that. The characters are all nuts in the hut, man. Anxiety, she's a hot piece, man. She is a hot mess, and she just comes in, and she's leading the pack of new emotions, and they come in, they just kick the old emotions out, you know, because, like, you know how when kids get to those teenage years, you know, you're ruled by like wanting what other people want, wanting to fit it, with worrying about fitting in, wanting to do what other people do, like, you know, getting easily embarrassed by even the smallest little thing, little cringiest thing, and also just like not being enthused by things that you used to like, which causes you to become sarcastic as a defense mechanism for, like, you know, the embarrassment or whatever, just overcompensate. And then what happens is when you're a teenager, you kind of take all your original emotions, joy, sadness, disgust, anger, fear, you take all those emotions, they're still there, but you kind of push them to the back. And this movie does a great job at showing how as kids, who are going through puberty, how we do that. Like, we just kind of take our base emotions and we kind of try to hide them at the back of our head, which is what happens to, like, you know, joy, sadness, disgust, anger, and fear. They get pushed to the back of Riley's head, and anxiety takes over, and now Riley is trying to fit in with these she has friends, but she's trying to fit in with these new kids. All right, I'm not gonna go too much into detail on what's going on right there, but she's trying to fit in. She ends up like kind of like, you know, pushing away her old friends and trying to fit in with these new friends, because she's just like so full of, like, you know, anxiety, because anxiety took over her brain, and like now she's the one running the show, and just a bunch of crazy, and just madness ensues. So what happens is, I'm not gonna spoil the whole movie, but, like, you know, like I said, the original emotions, joy in the original emotions get put into a vault inside of into Riley's vault of things she pushed away, you know, like things she used to like, things she, like, you know, things she used to, like, obsess over, and also like her deepest, darkest secrets. And one of the things, while they're in the vault, the emotions meet, like, and this is what I was talking about, you know, this is where BLOOFEY and POUCHEY come in. So BLOOFEY and POUCHEY are these two characters that are based on, like, it's like Blue's Clues meets Dora the Explorer, and these two characters are like they never mention that it's Dora the Explorer or Blue's Clues who they're ripping off, because, like, it seems like it's almost like Disney is like taking jabs at, like, you know, Nickelodeon for their characters and everything, like, you know, because, like, BLOOFEY is like shows up, he's like, hey, I'm BLOOFEY, hey, can you guys show me where the thing is? And he'll stare at the camera awkwardly, and then the emotions are looking like, wait, what? Like, who are you talking to? I'm talking to them. And he's staring at a blank wall. He's looking at us, but then it shows, like, when he's looking at a blank wall, and it's like BLOOFEY is just like a hot mess, man. It's just like, it's just crazy, man. Like, but that's one of the things that stood out about the movie, man, is how they took jabs at Nickelodeon. BLOOFEY being like Blue's Clues, a cross between Steve from Blue's Clues, and POUCHEY being like the map, being like the map and backpack from Dora the Explorer. The whole thing is just, that whole scene right there. Like, I'm not gonna spoil everything that happens in that scene, but it's just I'm sorry. It's just like, I just watched the movie. It's even though I watched about an hour ago, it's still fresh in my head, and, like, oh my god. But no, like, but yeah, like, there's a lot of funny stuff in the movie. It also has a lot of emotional stuff in the movie, like, you know, how you grow up, how, like, it deals with like other topics, like, you know, like the desire to want to fit in, being worried about like high school and how you're gonna basically, how you're gonna, like, you know, how you're gonna be you're afraid of your image and perception of how you're perceived by others, and also dealing with, like, you know, like growing apart from your friends, you know, your original crew, and like trying to like and just, you know, sometimes compromising your values for new values and new beliefs. And the movie does a great job at like really getting into that topic, and that's the parts. Those parts is what led up to, like, you know, it's where I got in my feels. And I was like, dang, man, it's like it really do be like that, you know? Because sometimes, you know, you like some people, I don't know, but it might not be related to everybody, but sometimes your friends from elementary school, middle school, sometimes people you used to roll with, you know, like sometimes it's hard to fit in, and sometimes, you know, like when you move on to high school and you want to be, you like your friends go to new schools, and then like you and your friends kind of grow apart, and then like you got one friend who hang out with skaters, one group of friends who hang out with the athletes, other friends who hang out with the theater nerds, and people who hang out with the band geeks, and people who hang out with, you know, just the people who indulge in extracurricular activities, you know, extracurricular activities. But no, like, you got people. It just happens. Like, people grow apart, and that movie does. And like, and there's parts in this movie where it discusses that, and sometimes how, like, you know, when you lose old friends, and then you want new friends, and then, like, you know, inclusion, man. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was trying to say. Inclusion, and you want to be included with, you know, a new crowd, because now you've lost your group of old friends, and now you want to be part of this new group of friends and everything. Like, we all want to be accepted, okay? No matter how old you get, no matter who you are, we all, human beings, we all need to belong to something bigger than ourselves. We all want to be part of a group. We all want to be accepted. Excuse me. We all want to be accepted, and like sometimes some people will usually compromise, you know, who they really are or who they used to be in order to, like, you know, fit in order to be accepted and everything. And it's like, and sometimes it can be rough, you know. It can be rough. Like sometimes you just change, or the changes you go through sometimes in your head with your emotions, and sometimes our emotions dictate, you know, how we deal with these new changes and how we want to fit in with these new crowds and all that. And the movie does a great job at doing that. And, you know, yeah, there's a lot of funny moments in the movie, but there's also a lot of dramatic moments in the movie. And it does a great job of doing that, and that's why I like that. That's why Disney is the GOAT, man. That's why Disney, when it comes to entertainment, Disney is the GOAT. There's a reason why they're the only, besides Paramount Plus, they're the only, like, movie studio, like, entertainment corporation that has its own app, has the most successful app, you know? I think right now, the most successful apps right now, I think Netflix is still number one, I believe, and then Disney Plus. I think Disney Plus and Netflix are, like, right now neck and neck, because a lot of people are still indoctrinated into the institute of Netflix, you know, because that's the original streaming platform. And Disney is taking over that, because Disney has, you know, all the Marvel stuff, all the kids stuff, all the Pixar stuff, all the kid stuff that we used to watch when we were kids and everything, Lion King and all that, Lady and the Tramp. It's like, yeah, like, so Disney, like, has the nostalgia factor. Speaking of nostalgia, there's also another emotion called nostalgia that, you know, shows up at random points in the movie, and they're like, no, nostalgia, you can't come out right, you can't come out yet. Riley's still young. Come back in about 10 years. Like, all right now, but if you guys need anything, I'll be here. I promise you, I'm not spoiling the movie. Besides the BLOOFEY and the nostalgia thing, I promise I'm not spoiling the movie. In fact, I'm not even telling you guys about. I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg. This is just a basic BREVIEW of what Inside Out is. And overall, my only critique with the movie is, what critique do I have for this movie, man? I can't really think of a good, like a bad critique for it. I probably gotta watch this movie at least 2 or 3 more times before I like, because like with Pixar movies, with Pixar movies and kids movies, I rarely have any objections because it's a kids movie. It's not meant for adults. It's meant for kids, and and big kids and big kids alike. I mean, like actual big kids, like a young teenager can watch this movie, and an adult can watch this movie and be like, and then they can all relate to it. That's the cool thing about Disney movies and Pixar movies. Everyone can relate to these movies, whether it's a kid or an adult. Everyone can relate to it. It's like Disney Pixar makes the ultimate movies because it's not just for kids. Like The Incredibles. You saw The Incredibles, right? Y'all saw The Incredibles, right, man? I'm just saying, bro. Like, it's like that's one of the best movies. That's one of the best Pixar movies ever, man. It's like when you're young, you think you're gonna be this awesome big thing, and you are this awesome big thing, and then eventually, you decide, I'm gonna settle down, get married, have some kids, and then you're working a dead-end job, and then but it shows that it's not. But it shows that it's not ever too late to come back and make a comeback and really make your life exciting again. But this isn't a preview for Incredibles. I'm just giving you an example of like how, because like I can watch any Pixar movie, any movie made by Pixar, and as an adult can be like, I didn't even notice that before. Like when you're a kid, like, oh, hey, cartoons, explosions, that was funny. But when you're an adult, you're like, it's still funny. But like, damn, I didn't even notice that before. Like, wait, what? Like, true. Like, I'm just saying, man. Like, you start noticing things, whether it's like, you're like losing friends because your new emotions just have taken over and turns you into a jerk, or whether you're like the fear of being replaced by someone better, like another toy, or like being afraid to being afraid of a bully and then confronting a bully, Bug's Life, or the awakening. Or your awakening of puberty, or something that triggers an awakening to puberty. I'm not talking about Inside Out. I'm talking about The Incredibles. You guys know what I'm talking about. Pixar moms, Mrs. Incredible. I'm not gonna get into that. Like, if you know, you know. I'm just saying, like, you can watch any Pixar movie, and as an adult, can be like, man, I didn't even notice that before. Shoot. I noticed Mr. Incredible when I was a kid. But with Pixar, like, they don't make bad movies, man. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, Pixar doesn't make bad movies. I have not seen one bad movie made by Pixar. Maybe Disney, because Disney makes like CG like 3D animated movies too, without Pixar. And sometimes they're good, and sometimes it's like, meh. But overall, man, Pixar, like they are the undisputed champs of animated kids movies. They're the champs, man. Well, I have no complaints. I have no major critiques. The animation was good. The computer animating, the rendering in the movie has gotten better. Like the texture of the character's skin, you can like, if you look real close at the emotions, you notice that a lot of them are all like kind of fuzzy. If you look real close at them, they're all really fuzzy, and you can only see that detail if you go see it in theaters. Yeah, this movie is a go see it movie. This is a go see it movie. I know I'm jumping the gun. Usually I talk about other stuff. Sometimes I wanted to talk about other stuff with this movie, but overall, man, this is a go see it movie. I'm giving my verdict right now. This is a go see it movie. If you got kids, if you don't got kids, if you got some friends, if you got some friends you want to go with, or if you want to go by yourself, don't be ashamed. Guys, fellas, don't be afraid to go see a Pixar movie. Don't by yourself. I saw one by myself. Don't worry. I mean, like, if you are a little embarrassed, if you're a little embarrassed, you have a little anxiety and a little embarrassment of going to see a kids movie by yourself, just then go see it. Go see it at a matinee on like tomorrow on a Sunday, early bird showing. There's nobody there. When I saw the movie, I saw it as a matinee. I saw, you know, A Quiet Place day one, you know, around 9 o'clock. And then like, then right after I saw that, I went and saw, you know, Inside Out 2. I was gonna just like watch A Quiet Place Part 2, but I was like, man, like Inside Out 2, everyone's been saying that it was great. I've been hearing nothing but cool stuff about it. Like YouTube, social media keeps like spoiling it with memes. I'm like, you know what? Let me go watch it. Forget it. Let me go watch it. And the movie this movie's made over $800 million already. Like preview night, like opening night, it made $800 million, man. By the end of the weekend, it's probably gonna be at $1 billion. That's a new record, bro. That's a new record. Like, I don't know any other movie that's made $1 billion in one weekend. And this movie's about to do it. Break so many records, man. Like Disney is undefeated, man. Disney is undefeated when it comes to this movie stuff. And you know, like, bro, like I have no complaints about it. I loved it. The animation, the acting, the humor, the drama, the details and the subject of the movie. Like, yo, man, it's the best, man. It's one of the best movies, man. Shoot. Now, if only they could. Now, I hope they can bring this same energy that they do with that Disney does with Pixar to the MCU, because the MCU has been lacking for a while. But that's a topic for another video. Probably not gonna be. It's probably gonna come up later. I'll probably post that one later. But yeah, you know, so far. But as far when it comes to Pixar and Disney, man, like they're the goats, man. It's like Guru and DJ Premier, man. Like they can't miss, you know. But yeah, so this is a great movie. This is a go see it movie. No brainer. Every Pixar movie, even though it's gonna be on Disney Plus in about a month and a half, it's still worth going to watch in theaters, because these movies are meant to be watched in theaters. Like the details, the sounds, just the whole everything about it, man. It's not meant to be just watched on your screen at home or on a phone screen or on your laptop or on your 24, 26, 36 inch flat screen TV. No matter how nice your TV is, no matter how big your TV is, it does not compare to the experience of going to see it at a movie. This is definitely a go see movie. Go watch this movie, Inside Out 2. Check it out. It's like probably one of the best movies I've seen it's probably one of the best movies I've seen this year so far. Yeah, check that out. And for the last part, I want to do this thing. Leave in the comments below. What would you do, or what did you do? What would you do, or what did you do when you started getting these new emotions once you hit puberty? You know, how did you handle anxiety, envy, boredom, and embarrassment when you were a teenager? And if so, and if you can't really recall, or if you don't want to talk about it because it's still kind of cringe, just tell me, what would you do if you were like, if you could go back to your teenage self? What would you have done differently to handle anxiety, envy, boredom, and embarrassment as a kid? You know, or that's only if you don't want to talk about what happened when you were that age. So leave in the comments below. Please leave a comment below of what would you have, how did you handle your new emotions when you were going through puberty, or what would you have done differently when you were that age? Leave in the comments below. I'm gonna leave a comment too, because I don't want this video to go over 30 minutes. It's like I don't want to make these videos too long. I already got videos that are like, a lot of my driving videos, my ranting videos are already too long. I want to keep these videos short and sweet, because, you know, like a good 30 minutes is long enough. So yeah, leave the comment below. What would you have done? What did you do when you had your new emotion, these new emotions during puberty? Anxiety, envy, boredom, embarrassment, and what would you have done differently? You know, if you could go back to those times, what would you have done differently? How would you have handled it a different way? But thank you all for watching. I appreciate every single last one of you. If you like the video, please please leave a comment. Like, remember that question I asked, and please leave a comment below. And you know, and then if you like this channel, you like the videos, you like what I'm putting out and everything, just like, you know, subscribe, hit the bell notification, so that way you can get notified every time a new video comes out. Okay. Appreciate every single last one of y'all. Enjoy your weekend. Go see Inside Out 2. Peace and blessings. Have a prosperous day.